Hello. Today I'm going to be talking about the MaxiCup, BEC MaxiCup automatic chicken waterer. This is an extra large cup compared to what's out there. It is great when it works. As you can see right now, it is not working. It is empty. I've gone through 5 of these now, and each and every one has had problems, whether immediately after purchasing or after some time. They just fail. It doesn't fill up or overflows or whatever the situation is. It has a float in there that is supposed to allow water in and fills up to a certain point and then shuts the water off. It does not work as intended for very long. So today I'm going to show you how I fixed another one we had, in hopes that if you too have purchased one or many of these and it failed on you, maybe you can fix it to get a little more life out of it. So stay tuned. Okay, so I've removed the cup from the watering jug. It's a pretty straightforward thing. It's got a stem, a washer here that plugs into the hole that you drill for whatever container. Anyway, this is the one that's not working, so I'm going to take it apart to show you how to do that. I got my trusty promotional thing of screwdrivers, which happens to have a perfect size for getting into these holes. There's 2 screws to take this thing apart. I'm going to get in there and try to see the hole. Loosen that up. Try to see, let's see, did I get it? Okay, don't lose the screws when you take it apart because they are tiny and easy to lose. Okay, so once you do that, you're able to then take this piece off completely, and here you find your float. Float looks clean. There's nothing around it here that should be getting in the way of it going up and down with the water level. So what I found is that there's a piece in here, this little round piece, that gets jammed up or falls down, and either way it does not allow this float to move up and down as it needs to do for the water level. So what I've done is, of course now it's not going to come out easily. What I've done is I've taken it out and put some Teflon tape around it. Oh my goodness, it's not usually this hard to get out, but this is why it's not working, because it doesn't move, or it doesn't do what it should, and it's probably swollen right now. So I think what happens is the weather makes the rubber, because it's a little rubber piece, the weather makes the rubber shrink and swell, because that's what rubber does, and just does not. Okay, so this is the little piece that I believe is the problem. Like I said, I fixed our last one, and it seems to be working fine now with what I did. So what I did is I made sure that this little tiny hole, see if you can see the little tiny hole in there, that is what allows the water to come down. So what I've done is I've made that a little bigger in the other one. And really, I don't know how much bigger I'm making it, but I am cleaning it out, just in case it's getting anything stuck in there. And so that's done. So another thing I've done to make sure it stays put where it should be in this hole, I have wrapped it with some pipe tape, some regular pipe tape that's safe for drinking water. And I probably used about 2 inches or so. I folded it in half as much as possible. And the tricky part is now wrapping this perfectly around this. Now the whole point, like I said, is to keep this in place in that hole, because I found that it was not staying in place. And for the last one that I did, this worked for keeping it in place and So I'm going to try it with this one too. See if I can remedy this one. So you wrap it around pretty snugly, right? Make sure the holes are not covered at all by any strings or any pieces. And then put it back in the hole the way you found it. So it's like a sloped cone there. That should be facing out. So I'm going to put it back in the hole and kind of shove it in there as much as I can. If you do too much, it's not going to go in properly, and then you'll have another problem. If you do too little, then it's not going to work either. So shoving it in so that it is flush with it. Right, it's flush. And now I'm going to put it back together. Just make sure nothing is under here or in here that could prohibit the going up and down part. So put the float in, line this up, do the screws in the back. I lost that one for a second there. Okay, so now you hear that? Before it was not going up and down freely. The float, that's the sound of the float going up and down freely. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to fill this bad boy up and see if what I've done for this one also works. Hang tight. Nice and tight. Okay. I'm going to pour the water in. Water is in. Oops. Let's see if it fills up. It is filling up. Let me take you off this thing. So you can see it is now working as intended. It is filling up. Hopefully the water stops at the point it needs to. So I'm going to sit and watch this, but it is doing what it's supposed to do at the moment. And I will update you with the final picture of the level it should be. Thanks for watching.